Day zero quick confession, most people don't use AI. They poke it once, get something bland, and decide it's useless. Or they try to turn it into a full time employee, hit weird errors, and decide it's dangerous. So I tried a third option, 7 days of using AI the way a normal person would use a calculator or Google. Small moments, real problems, no guru stuff. I set one rule that changed everything. I only gets a job when a job actually exists, not optimize my life, not make me rich, a concrete task with a finish line in under 15 minutes. If it can't help in that window, it doesn't belong in the toolbox. I tracked it like a normal person would too. What I asked, how long it took, and whether it reduced friction. Because the biggest lie with AI is look what it can do. The real question is, did this save time or did it create new work? Day one was the least sexy use of AI imaginable. Cleaning up a messy week, I had half promises floating around, two calls, a bill I kept meaning to handle, and a video outline I'd started 3 times. Normally, I'd open 5 tabs, get distracted, and call it productivity because I was busy. Instead, I dumped the mess into AI and said, turn this into a realistic plan for the next 2 days. Keep it light, include breaks, flag anything that requires another person. It didn't magically make me productive. It just gave me a map, so I stopped wandering, and that matters. When you don't have a map, every little choice becomes a debate in your head. When you do, you can just start walking. The funniest part is what the map revealed. One item said basically, send the email first, everything else depends on that response. I would have done that email last because it felt annoying. Instead, I sent it first, and the rest of the day stopped feeling like I was pushing a shopping cart with a broken wheel. Day two was communication day. I had 2 messages I'd been avoiding because the wording mattered. One was a sorry, this is late message, and the other was, can you do this by Friday message that I didn't want to sound pushy. I gave AI the context, the tone I wanted, and one sentence I refused to change. Then I asked for 3 versions: friendly, neutral, firm. I didn't copy paste. I used the drafts like a ramp. I stole a couple sentences, swapped in my real details, and hit send. It's the difference between A, I wrote my email, and A, I got me over the blank page. That day taught me a rule. If the output represents you, don't outsource the final 20%. Use AI for structure and options, then put your fingerprints on it so it doesn't sound like corporate oatmeal. Day three was research, but not the deep research fantasy. I wanted one thing: a simple way to stack basic tools so work stops leaking everywhere. I asked AI to propose a workflow using notes, calendar, email, and file storage. Then I said, make it stupidly small. If it takes more than 5 minutes a day, it will die. It gave me a loop that actually stuck. One capture inbox, one daily plan, one daily closeout. Not a productivity religion, just a repeatable cycle. And by the end of day three, the pattern was obvious. Normal person A, I isn't about big outputs. It's about reducing the friction between I should and I did. Day four was the day most people want. Let A, I do the work. I tested it on something safe, turning a rough video idea into a clean outline. I fed it my messy thoughts, the audience, the promise, and the length. It produced an outline that was fine. Better than nothing, worse than me on a good day. So I did what you do with any tool that's not dialed in yet. I added constraints. I told it, too generic, make it specific. Add one real example per section, remove filler, keep the language simple, make transitions feel spoken. That second outline was the first time it felt like a real assistant. Not because it got smarter, but because I got clearer. That's the trade. AI rewards clarity like a vending machine rewards exact change. I also hit my first failure. I asked for 5 hooks and got 5 hooks that sounded like motivational posters. That's when I realized if you give it no voice, you get the internet average. So I pasted a short paragraph of my own writing and said, match this voice. No hype, no buzzwords. The hooks got better immediately, still not perfect, but usable. Day five was my favorite because it was boring in the best way. I used AI for micro decisions that normally steal time. Given these groceries, what are 3 dinners that use the chicken first? I've got 40 minutes between errands. What's the best order so I'm not backtracking? I need a short workout that won't wreck my knees. Stuff like that. One night I had that classic moment, standing in the kitchen, hungry, scrolling my phone, pretending it's research. I typed what was in the fridge into AI, asked for three options, and said, make one of them stupid easy. It gave me a plan that took 10 minutes, and the real win was I stopped negotiating with myself. This is where AI becomes a quiet superpower. Not dramatic, well, just fewer wasted loops. And the win isn't the answer, it's the momentum you keep because you didn't get stuck. Day 6 was a reality check. I tried to use AI for something it's bad at, reading my mind. I asked for motivation, for a perfect routine, for the best niche, the kinds of questions that sound useful but have no finish line. The responses felt like motivational wallpaper. Nothing was wrong with them, they just didn't move my day forward. So I rewrote the question into a toolbox question. What are three choices I can make in the next hour that will make tomorrow easier? Suddenly the answers were practical. Send the one message that unlocks the next step, set the calendar block, prep the file structure, write the first paragraph. A, I didn't become wiser. The question became smaller. Normal person, AI is just shrinking the problem until it fits in your hands. Day 7 was the wrap up, and here's what actually happened after a week. First, I stopped treating AI like a slot machine. If you pull the lever, give me a perfect plan, you get randomness. When you treat it like a tool, input, constraint, feedback, you get reliability. The magic is rarely the first answer, it's the second answer after you say what to fix. Second, my work got better, but not because AI is a genius writer. It got better because I iterated faster. Draft, react, refine. If you can do three iterations in the time it used to take you to do one, quality improves almost automatically. Third, I used fewer tools, not more. The toolbox isn't about collecting apps. It's about a small set of moves you repeat. For me, it became clarify the task, generate a first draft, improve with specific feedback, and end with the next step. That last part is the difference between AI as entertainment and AI as leverage. If you end a session with a paragraph, nothing changes. If you end a session with the next action you can do in under 10 minutes, the tool did its job. So if you want to try this for yourself, steal the rule that made the whole week work. A, I only get tasks that are real, small, and finishable. 15 minutes, one deliverable, one next step. Use it like a normal person, and it stops feeling like a toy. It starts feeling like quiet, repeatable leverage.